I just want to talk to you today about success and how long it takes. And most of the time, we give up on something. We have this dream and we give up on it because it doesn't happen overnight. I just want to invite you to think about success takes longer than we most of us think. It just does. There's a lot of things that are happening on the inside of us that have to be changed. There's a lot of things, there's a lot of work to be done. There's reps that have to be done. There's just perseverance, persistence. There's just tenacity or resilience that has to happen in order for you to achieve your goal. And so I just want you to think about, in most cases, overnight success. When you talk to people who we consider to be overnight success, they've worked 10, 20 years tirelessly on whatever it is they're working on. And so it just takes time. And it's just, we want it to be fast. We want it to be quick and in a hurry, and it just doesn't happen. We have to put in the time. And, that might look different for different people. It might be 10, 20 hours a day until we see momentum, until we get the traction. But just know that we all want to be successful at something. We all have a dream that we want to accomplish, and it takes time. It's just not going to happen overnight. There's just failure after failure that has to happen there, and we have to tweak it and learn. There's learning that has to happen. We're just not going to know everything that will help us get from point A to point B. Typically, we have to learn from others. We have to learn from our own mistakes. We have to constantly, trying and tweaking and growing as a person. And in most cases, we just don't want to do that. If it doesn't work in 5 minutes, then we want to go back and do something else that we've done before, but that doesn't fulfill us, that doesn't give us what we want, that doesn't fulfill the dream, that doesn't have this motivation that, we have to keep going. We have to keep pursuing whatever it is that we want. And in most cases, we give up because we thought it was going to be easy. We thought it was going to be faster and quicker, and it just doesn't happen that way. If we want something, we have to be committed. We have to make a decision and be committed and say to ourselves, no matter what happens, I'm just going to keep learning and growing and working towards this thing, because I know that if we have a desire in our heart to accomplish something, then we can do it. We just have to stick with it. We have to keep learning and growing, and we have to give it the time. We have to be patient. And in most cases, we're just not patient. We just thought it was going to be quicker. We're wondering why it's taking so long. We're thinking we're on the wrong path, and we just haven't given enough time. We haven't prepared ourselves. We haven't, made sure we're the best that we can be. We haven't consistently grown. We have never given it 100%. We've always given it just a dabble. We've always had our toes in more than one thing, and then we're wondering why it didn't work. We're wondering why we aren't successful. But if you just kind of take a step back and say, okay, how much time have I really given this thing? And so how much time have I really been dedicated? How much time have I really been committed? How much time have I, really spent reading and studying, attending conferences? How much time have I really spent thinking about what I can add to this particular field? How much time have I spent working out, or whatever it is that you're doing, working on your speaking skills, working on your coaching skills? How much time have you really spent visualizing yourself accomplishing your goal? How much time have you really spent every single day working on whatever it is that you're working on? Or is it you work on it once a month, or 1 hour a week, or 1 hour every quarter? And so when you look at it that way, you realize that you really aren't as committed as you thought you were. And so you got to be honest, right? Because most of us, if we're honest, we haven't committed enough time and effort. We thought we did, but when we start to evaluate it, when we start to track it, we really aren't as committed as we think that we are. We don't really want it as bad as we think we do. And until we make a decision that we are committed to this thing 100%, that there is no plan Bs, that this is what I'm going to do no matter what, that's the only way we're going to be able to achieve it. And of course, we've got to put the work in every single day, and not just every other day, not just once a week or twice a week. We've got to be committed to the thing in order for us to see some momentum, for us to see some results, for us to start building up to where we want to be. And if you're consistently not doing the things that you know you should do, in order for you to accomplish your goals, and you can expect not to be in the same position that you're in now 5 years from now. It's just that we've got to be committed. We've got to do the work every single day, and we just don't do that. We want it to happen, but we don't want to do the work. We don't want to pay the price. We don't want to pay anything. And so we've got to get out of the mindset that we want to grow and not stay the same. We want to achieve our goal. We want to be fulfilled. We want to have this one thing that we say we want to actually accomplish it. But the only way to do it is to commit the time, the effort, and the money, the resources, whatever it takes to get to where you want to be.